Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this week's Dev Talk, where we will be joined only in spirit by the one and only Hi-Rez Scott, and there he is looking just dashing with his sketch there by Enna. My name is HiRezBart. Joining me to my immediate left, your immediate right here on the screen, is Mr. Drybear, and we will be taking you on a mystical, magical tour of the new WA.
Probably the most mystical thing we've done all year long.
She's a mystic.
Incredibly mystical, and down there Scott feels very strongly about New WA. As you can see, he's very content and pleased with the look on his face today. But of course, if you just joined, there it is. So if you were wondering what's going on, guys, or haven't been paying attention all week long, New WA has gotten not only a remodel, but also a remake. It's more of an alteration to her skills that kind of are in the same spirit, but more adjusted to make her fit into a different role.
Sure, yeah. So for those of you that have ever played New WA or played against New WA, you kind of know the name of the game with her as currently implemented in live. She is a very, very potent split push style of god, very good against towers, high structure damage, some of her abilities, of course, hitting structures as well, and the minions getting rid of backdoor protection. So that is where she currently lies. Now, part of the deal as I move to this camera over here that we did. We should invest in red lights over these cameras so I know something wrong. So part of the general direction that New WA is taking now is a little bit more in line with the traditional mage and smite.
That's right. So definitely shifting away from that split push. It seemed like split pushing wasn't really working in the game. It didn't really seem like she really had more of a role that was consistent and that was something you could rely on as a character. And so we're going to push her more towards that mage style and see how she fits. It's definitely a lot more exciting, more engaging, kind of gets away from that niche role, and we'll see how she ends up overall. Of course, the remodel was successful. You see a little bit different. The skin was also remodeled to fit the same kind of idea. For those of you who are wondering, it's more of the ancient Chinese model where it looks like how she used to be and really more reactive to that. We had some pretty great feedback from Chinese players from the build over there saying that, no, this is what they expected to see as a goddess in general, and so we wanted to fit that role.
Sure. Yeah, I think the main thing there is that New WA, it was pretty eloquently put in a Reddit thread by a Chinese player, I think, that the main thing they kind of consider here with the remodel and the new look and feel is that New WA is a ancient, very, very ancient deity in Chinese culture, and ancient peoples wore very natural style clothing that often covered most of their body. No, that of course I'm joking there, but it is. I mean, she's a very ancient god, so that was kind of the general feedback from Chinese players was, I'm not really sure what this really nice looking snake lady is supposed to be, but here's what New WA should probably look like, you know. So we are of course always hoping to make the fans happy.
Yeah, definitely. As a Chinese player, people were saying that they didn't really resonate with the way it looked. It wasn't what they expected to see as New WA, and so just from their feedback and playing Smite over in China, just thinking, I don't know what this character is. They don't really attach themselves to it. It's something that they see in their culture, and so kind of jumping right into that. So I think the next thing to do is just kind of hop into game and see what New WA does and what she looks like now. Of course, you've already seen the God card. You've already seen, thanks to Hi-Rez Adonis, the loading page where she can be floating around and doing her fun. So she no longer will be on the ground. She's not walking. She's more of a floaty style character.
She is a floaty.
Definitely, yeah, she's a floater. She definitely has no staff. It's more of the crystal floating around. The animations that go along with that is fantastic. So as Bart gets into game here and we hop up with New WA, we'll see how she does. I mean, the voice pack has changed. The model has also changed. The skin attached to it has changed. And everything is just a little bit more exciting. I think that people will really enjoy where she's at now. So the abilities, more mage-like, more bursty, more involved in team fights, more of a mid-style role or solo-style role, whereas more it was just like, hey, I'm going to solo for a while and try to kill all your towers before the game ends.
More please, less cheese.
I like cheese.
I like cheese, too. So welcome to New WA here live in the arena map. My volume is quite loud here, so let me bring that down for you, my friends.
It's up there.
So here she is. You can see she's a floaty. There's her jump. And she has her rings of gems that she will use in her abilities. We'll get to that in just a moment. But first, of course, let's have our inaugural listen-in to the jokes of Taunts. Your Taunts.
Make your choice and pay the price. Be careful. I'm a slippery one.
Oh, God.
The path you have chosen is not of wisdom, but of pride.
I know when I get taunted that I'm like, the path of wisdom, not pride.
Right?
That hits me right in the feels, man.
That makes me so mad when that happens.
Mankind is my responsibility.
Mankind is her responsibility. Okay, great job.
Let's get some jokes in there.
Yeah, we'll have some jokes now as well.
Do I have a joke for you? Why, yes, it's his. A powerful artist.
Oh my
God! Outdoing yourselves. Outdoing yourselves there. Okay, max out the volume, production's telling me.
I don't know if they want to hear that again.
Well, we are turned up now. More jokes.
How do I keep balance in the heavens? I have my own scales, of course. I'm worried indifference will be the downfall of mankind. And they don't even seem to care.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and start talking about old Nuwa here and what she do and how she do.
So let's start with the passive, I think. And this is probably the biggest difference for her. Before, she didn't really have a passive that really resonated, just the fact that she had double attack damage on her ultimate. Now it's going to be a more synergistic with her skills. So the passive is called Strength of Wood. This is the little icon you see above her head, a little profile icon there. It fills up to 5 after 5 successful auto attacks. The 6th attack has will root the target for 1.5 seconds, which is pretty strong CC.
Oh my god, bots.
They're angry.
Bots are coming after me. Yeah, there you saw it. It'll root on a successful hit. And what is important to note about this is that you will actually, you can fire that shot, not hit it, and it will consume your ability to root. So that's probably the most unique part about that passive is you'll notice here once again. Here's what the root looks like. He's rooted by the Strength of Wood. And then I'll show you once again here as I attack these guys from leash distance that if I fire this shot, it will consume my stacks, and I do not get that projectile back. So, moving right along into her abilities. So, familiar ability here is going to be, and I guess I can just go ahead and set myself to level 20. Well, I might as well not for now.
They just don't like you.
The nature of the bots are angry and mean, man. So, you'll notice this ability fairly similar. It is Clay Soldier. They spawn, but now you'll see they have that intercepting speed. So, they actually will run after guys that are in range when they acquire a new target. They dash after them. So I'll go ahead and turn my.
They dash after them. So the biggest thing that's changed here is they actually have percentage scaling of HP. And it's not just base HP anymore. So it actually will get stronger over time based on Nuwa's maximum HP. It's actually 20%. The biggest thing as well is that, like Bart mentioned, they'll dash at their target. But not only that, when they collide with the target, they'll reduce their magical protections for 2 seconds. So you're able to reduce the protections that they receive while also making these minions stronger. Now, also will not be spawning 5. Max rank, they do 3. In the middle, they always do 2. So generally just putting 2 points in this to get the 2 minions out. They'll dash at targets when they're a certain range and also be able to do magic protection reduction. So they're a little more useful in the middle of the game and not that kind of point where you're just like, hey, I'm buying this to take towers.
So there they are. At rank 2, you get a second one, but you don't get a third until maximum rank. So that's definitely also something to keep an eye out for. So now let's talk about her number 3. This was previously known as Flame Strike. This was an ability that was a ground-based circle target. Now it is a line ability called Shining Metal. Shining Metal. So Shining Metal is a ground or is a line based. It will stun with conditional on minion explosion. So what does that mean? You may ask yourself. Well, let's say I cast these here minions. Now it is rank 2. I have 2 of them. When I shoot Shining Metal at them, they will detonate, stunning the targets as well and dealing additional damage. Shining Metal by itself does not have any CC associated with it, so you are relying on the 18-second cooldown of Clay Soldiers to get your CC off of your 8-second cooldowns nuke. So looking at the scaling on this ability, it is about 50% scaling, it looks like, and maxing out at 290 base damage with an additional 200 from the minions. The minions do not stack. I know someone's going to ask that. So it is a flat 200 damage, which extends the area in which the damage is dealt.
Couple notes on that as well. At max rank, it will be a 5-second cooldown to 4.8 seconds actually with full CDR. 50% is the scaling on all of her damage sources. Actually, her ultimate, her 3, the explosion on her 2, and the 1 as well. So all of her scaling is 50%. Just easy number to remember there. Another thing to note is that it only explodes minions that get hit by the 3 projectile. It does not explode collaterally. There will be no explosion caused by an explosion of the minions. If you hit one of them, only that one will explode, whereas the other one will still survive and continue attacking. So it's kind of like a skill shot, right? It only won't stack. It's a single source of damage, so maybe you want to keep one alive and you want to do damage with one of them, or you want to explode them both. You get a bigger AoE of stun, but you'll get one source of damage with a 5-second cooldown on that 3. It's very, very strong.
That is true. So let's go ahead and grab whatever, an Obsidian Shard. We'll finish off our meditation, just for funsies, and we'll grab a sprint just to make sure we're nice and fast. So let's talk about her Fog. So this is this ability, as you recall, was a player-based AoE that did magical damage and granted Nuwa additional movement speed with a bit of a lag. I think it went at 95% of her move speed, and also would stealth her and enemies inside of it that were not attacking. Well, hold on. This will be a good shot of these guys acquiring a target and dashing at them. Boom, boom, and then I detonate them and Poseidon takes some damage. Okay, so what the ability is now. This ability has been changed. It is still known as the Mysterious Fog. but it now runs in a straight line. It does initial damage, it's a bit higher, and then ticks at a reduced rate of that damage. So you'll see, I'll just cast it away from the enemies just for clarity here. It just goes like this. And I can run in that, I can kite through it, I can be on this side, that side, what have you. My run speed is about a bit faster than the fog.
One thing you'll see right here as well is actually does not collide with any projectiles, any areas, player-made effects, or anything like that. It is stuck to the ground and will slide under the ground as far as it goes. It'll go under Phoenixes, it'll go under Titans, it'll go under player-made deployables, it'll go under anything. This does a single source of damage right when it collides with the player, and it will continue to tick for 20% of that damage for anyone that remains inside it. You can see it still does a pretty decent amount of damage here, but the main gain from this is that it has a lot of synergy with her kit. She has a single target root with her passive. She has a big AoE explosion stun with her 3-2 combination. So there's a lot of things that keep them inside of the fog. Now, realistically, if you cast this fog, just basic movement speed will keep you out of it. It's not very fast, and it does not cover that big of an area with how fast it goes. And so it's very easy to get out of this. Now, if Nuwa's there, she's going to try to keep you in it for the longer duration, but if you touch it just once, it'll do the burst damage. And you can see she actually has a pretty strong combo there with the AoE explosion and the one going along with it.
Yeah, if you can keep them trapped in there, of course, it'll give you additional damage, as you mentioned. It can also be fairly effective at killing jungle camps. Obviously, because it continues to move, it can be a little bit tricky with it, but this is, fairly effective there. It did a nice amount of damage, and obviously my minions putting in some damage as well will help. Remember, also important about the minions are shredding magical protection. At max rank, they're going to take 75 magical protection away from the target.
Yes. If they get charged by all three of the minions. The charge is what applies the reductions there, so if they charge and hit the charge, then it'll reduce 25 magical protections at max rank per minion stacking up. Now, granted, this is only for 2 seconds, so it doesn't last too long, but it might be long enough for you to do your combo and get out. So you can see there's a lot of synergy there, planting the 5th or the 6th basic attack, technically 5 basic attacks, and then the 6th one will land it. Now, teammates will also be invis while inside of this and get a slight movement speed increase, so you can move along with it, but it doesn't really have that reliance of standing near Nuwa. This also has the added benefit that for players that are really familiar with Nuwa, if you're going up against a Nuwa, when she's inside the fog, based on how the fog moves, you kind of know where she is, just because it's a little bit of lag time behind. But now you have no idea where she is in the fog. She can hold on the outskirts, she can be on the front, the back, the left, the right. It doesn't matter. She has full control because it's not following her. And so now there's a little bit more subterfuge there in the way that you can kind of plan out where you want to stand while also being invisible.
Nice job.
So, that of course leaves the ultimate, Drybear.
Oh boy.
So, Nuwa's ultimate is skill shot? No, okay. Nuwa's ultimate is fire shards. Nuwa flies up into the sky, dealing damage to all targets on the map, and that looks a little bit like this.
Let's look at the reticle there. It's important to show that. So the first thing you're going to see is that it's not actually immediate. It's not like Rom's ultimate. You'll have to dash forward and go through an animation and then go up. This animation is actually quite slow. It takes a full second to go airborne. Once you're airborne, you have the choice to throw down the shards there, which will do magic damage, and she actually can control herself a little bit on the way back down. It's like 1 or 2 god hitboxes wide where she can land a little bit away from where she's shot up from. The other thing as well is this gives vision of enemy gods while you're up there.
It does do that. It does grant vision of enemy players globally for all players on the minimap. So if you're wondering exactly how that might look, oh geez, that's gonna hurt. Meditation, please. Haha, success.
There goes the reaction from
Let's
chat.
see if we can kill this Anubis.
Anubis,
Anubis, you're mine.
Oh.
Too easy for our team.
So this is not a projectile. This is not a ground target. This is just targeted damage on every enemy god that is alive, giving vision of them as they stand there. So it is a pretty long animation. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that max rank, it does 400 damage with 50% scaling. So it really doesn't do that much damage when you think about it. At level 1, it does 100 damage plus 50% of scaling. Realistically, this thing's going to be doing about 100 to 200 damage until late game when you have hard scaling. It's not that much, but it is enough to start the team fight off right or give you vision in the middle of the game.
Yeah, and internal playtest has primarily been very effective at scouting the enemy team. That seems to be its greatest use, at least at the moment. Obviously, it can be quite potent at initiating fights as well. You'll see here now with a substantial amount of magical power, 431. Let's see, it should hurt a little bit now. Wham! Hitting everybody on the map for about 430 there.
Yeah, it's not really that big of a chunk, but it certainly is enough. And when you add it up, if it hits all 5 gods, you're getting a very large amount, almost 2,000 damage total. It's a good way to start the fight. It also gives the vision, so you kind of scout out enemy junglers, see if they're doing objectives or that kind of thing. But again, keep in mind, it does take a full second for her to be able to go through that dash animation, and she also does land around the area where she took off from. So it's very easy to just grab her. I mean, in internal playtests, I've been picked off before I even go airborne, just because she is a rather squishy character and doesn't really have much to defend herself with, and that animation is quite long. So you'll be able to pick it up there. So
it is.
I mean, it's an exciting kit. It fits her as a mage. I think the one thing that we need to show now is really just prove to them the fact that you will have plenty of warning when this is going up and the fact that you're receiving it.
Yeah, that's right. So we will, well, you'll get to come back and see our pretty faces in just a second, but we will be moving into a different map here where I'll have Drybear cast that at you so you guys can see exactly what it looks like to take that damage. So if you would be so kind, sir, let's see.
Just make a...
Please make game. So what are you guys thinking about Nua? I'm alt-tabbing over into chat now, so tell me your feelings. Are you kidding me, says this guy.
This guy.
That guy said that. Nua is now better, says someone.
There it is, up.
When does Nua come out? That'll be next time. Next patch, guys. Should be early next week. So let's go, I guess.
100% sure to hit on the ultimate. It is just guaranteed damage, although it is quite low, like we were mentioning. It is pretty straightforward as far as the damage goes. Realistically, the power of Nua is the ability to hit her passive and then the combination of all 3 of her abilities. And so you're going to see a lot of that kind of happening as we... Oh, pick the recolor, pick the recolor, pick the recolor.
Is it this one?
Do it! Yes! Oh, I love it!
Oh, that is sweet.
Oh, man, it's so good. So good.
Also announced in this patch, ladies and gentlemen, there will be, for the first time ever, you're hearing it here first, there will be a Zeus Recolor. So there was no Recolor skin for Zeus that was available for Favor. There will now be a Zeus skin available for Favor, and I am currently piloting it around the Joust map. Wouldn't you like to see it?
So for those of you who are wondering, it really is fantastic. There it is. I mean, honestly, this just makes me want to play Zeus. I mean, look how great it is.
Dude, raven-haired Zeus.
Oh, baby.
Look at him. You know what he looks like? He looks like a little tiny fire giant.
Kind of. You just piss him off enough. It's burned.
It's pretty badass. I really want to alt-tab and see the chat explosion, but I'll live instead. So let's say that I have been playing Zeus for many moons, and I'm very good at him. Every single person is saying OMG according to production, so thank you for your OMs and your Gs.
And your Gs. Shall we?
I'm going to go ahead and, no, just set level 5. Look at those animations. Look at that spinny. Look at him go spinny, spinny. Oh, God, I thought you were in the fog again.
See, that's the biggest benefit. The fact that you just don't really know where they are in the fog and what's going on with it. Look at that. Still the same effects for the Zeus Recolor. It just looks fantastic. It's got to be one of my favorites. Now, of course, we will have other content in this patch, but we'll be showing that off tomorrow during the patch notes at 4 p.m. Eastern. Going to be a lot of fun to see. You know what?
Ah!
It's hard.
No!
Get fogged. And then... See, it's a very long animation.
Yeah, it is very long. And actually, your hitbox stays on the ground for quite some time.
Until, I think it's like a little bit after you leave the ground, it's still on the ground there. So a lot of damage you can do, but you also do this.
Oh, jeez.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh,
so you see how he actually had that circle around him? This was actually while it was going up into the air. So you have plenty of warning, knowing it's going to happen. So as soon as Nua begins her ascent up into the air, you'll actually be able to see that she's actually doing that, and then you'll see the damage
will you go ahead and toggle your cooldowns and cast it again? So what I want to show you guys as well is check out what happens to the sky. And this is a work in progress maybe here, but when she actually goes up and casts, you get that, like, the sky all turns into that dark, stormy, mysterious fog of the evening. So that is what it looks like to be hit by Nua. So you actually do have a pretty significant tell. I actually should go back and buy an Aegis, and so it is actually pretty easy to evade in terms of Aegis.
So you can see me on the screen right now. Just see how I move. As soon as I start the move, the circle around him will appear. And you can see me going up. I'm up in the air, and then of course the fire will come down to damage. That did 100 damage to you.
Do something?
Does nothing. Take that fog.
Oh.
I should probably put my cooldown stack.
This guy.
Oh boy. Hey, buddy.
Oh, again?
Hey, buddy. Uh-oh.
Haha, I'm too fast with God mode.
Yeah, my fog's coming for you. It's coming. It's gonna get you. It's good.
They got something. They did a thing.
It's out there.
So yeah, let me go grab an Aegis, and then we'll take a look at just how easy it is with even a tier 1 Aegis to avoid all this damage. So have a go. Don't even tell me when you're going to do it.
Cool down. And?
So let's see. You'll notice around the ring there's that extra circle that shows you when you're about to get hit, and Aegis.
Yep.
So just one more time. So you'll see that ring is actually getting smaller. When it closes in, I take the damage. So you actually have a pretty good tell to understand when this is going to hit you. Some stuff that we actually tried with this ability is probably worth talking about. It's a fairly interesting ability. We actually looked at it, making it having a bit of a skill shot component in terms of that it would show you the circle is going to hit in. You had an opportunity to dodge it.
That's right.
That ended up actually being stronger than just taking the damage.
That's right. So the issue with that is, of course, if it is a projectile, then it causes people to try to dodge it, and it comes down, people will jump back and forth, you can jump into somebody else's projectile as it hits the ground, and it caused too much damage and too much confusion.
Well, it was the confusion.
It's just people just scattering, trying to use their abilities, dashing, jumping, all that kind of stuff, whereas this, it's just damage.
You're
accept
gonna eat
it, you know it's going to happen, you don't try to fight it, and then you're able to kind of position yourself for the team fight, whereas New Law is keeping yourself out for nearly 3 seconds.
It's like you're impending being fired, right?
That's right.
It's just going to happen, you have to accept it.
Yeah, it's just the life you live every day.
That's right.
Every day.
This is my life. Of Zeus? Here is Classic Zeus. El Clasico. So you can see that he is, for all intents and purposes, still Zeus. Very similar to the Zeus you have come to expect and love and or hate, depending on which side of the lightning you're on. He is very nice looking. I'm just buying my items so that I can easily and effectively kill Drybear repeatedly and have a good laugh at it.
Boom, boom, boom.
So, Zeus, new model. Gold shield, still rocking the white. I really like the light blue going on here. Makes him look very regal and Olympus-y. Olympus-y is a great... Wow, nice ward.
Thanks, man. Trying to keep a cover on everything.
That's right, I'm running at you.
Yeah?
Oh, God, I'm on God mode.
Oh, God.
Sorry, Drybear.
Oh, yeah, we're both on God mode.
Oh, we're both on God mode.
I saw the God mode and raised the God mode.
Well, now I turned my God mode off, so you have to follow suit.
Oh, boy.
I still have cooldowns, though. Oh, God, more heavens raining. Go!
Damn minions.
Side of that rain.
That animation is so incredibly slow. Oh, you have items, that's why.
Yeah, about that.
So you switch to New Law and kind of show the attack animations, the way it moves around. I mean, the Zeus animation is actually really cool. They're very exciting. New Law as well, the new animations are really cool. You see her spinning the crystals around, they'll light up in junction. She'll move, you see her kind of spinning. I mean, the animations really kind of fit where she was based on the feedback we got from Chinese players, and it seems like this is New Law in her essence.
New Law.
This will help.
Let's see, let's get some items here. Let's get some Drybear trolling items.
Oh, boy.
That's what we need. We need a Soul Reaver. Important note about Soul Reaver. Soul Reaver will not globally apply. It is only the highest HP target. It is considered an AoE. I learned that the hard way in a playtest. However, what is extremely effective when you have a global ability is the Gem of Isolation, slowing all players on the map. Think about that one for your ganky poo.
One thing to keep in mind as well is your minions will actually be stealth in the fog as well, so you can kind of run with the minions inside your fog, and then all of a sudden 3 minions will charge the target. So you can be pretty sneaky with that. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Let's do this. Oh, wow, we're playing the no cooldown game, huh?
Oh, yeah? Cooldown's off.
To battle, my children.
Uh-oh. Oh, boy.
Time to step away.
Oh, you're going to get rooted. You're going to get
Are you
rooted.
going to play the God mode thing, huh?
Oh, my God mode. In my God mode.
Good! Oh, yeah.
Just in time.
Just in time. Take my fire. So this is pretty much it, guys. I mean, we got New Law here. Hopefully you're enjoying the excitement, the change, and really the difference that she's going to be able to make. Realistically, it just didn't seem like the push thing was working, and so now we'll see where she ends up.
I expect she is will be quite strong.
Good. Rude.
Do I want to go over the taunts and roots for people that weren't here earlier, as production?
What are they going to give you?
I really like it when people show up on time, though.
What's in it for you?
That's right.
Like, that's what I'm saying.
I mean,
do you guys have, like, anything to give?
Granted, I don't show up on time, but I expect you to. You understand? See how this all works? You get so much health back.
You
cheating.
are so... Well, I'm God mode. Just regenerating. You're getting destroyed, by the way.
I've hit way more of my roots than you.
Well, you have cooldowns, buddy. I'm waiting for cooldowns to get good, little buddy.
Nerd.
I'll come and go.
Waiting for cooldowns. Oh, we're playing the spam game now? Screw that. I'm taking to the skies.
Oh, okay, I'll go too.
Can't stop me.
One thing to keep in mind is you actually will be CC immune during the dash of your ultimate, so you actually can't be interrupted, but you certainly
can take a lot of damage. Damage Reno is real.
And if you happen to have no cooldowns, you can only have one fog up at a time.
Oh, good to know. If you somehow manage to hack the game and have no cooldowns, only one at a time.
So as far as cooldowns go, at max rank, the 3 will have 5 seconds. I believe the 2 is 10 seconds, and then the 1 is 9 seconds. So, I mean, she's not really that spammy, but definitely very cool and exciting.
That's what happens when you spam her lap. If you're wondering.
Show off that amethyst skin.
Oh,
that is even the name of it.
Make your choice and pay the
doing
price.
some taunting and voicings.
You are impressive. Wonderful. It's a trap.
All right, you want to see the amethyst skin? Oh, man. This is going to be a study in spelling here. Switch class, new amethyst. Did I get it?
Oh! Look at that.
Easy peasy.
Validating my guess that it was amethyst. Close enough. We got it.
Yeah, that's a good-looking skin.
Yeah, isn't it? Look at that. That hair.
I like it. Me like it. I like the garter belt she's got on her right leg here. I approve of that message.
That's good. What is the message on that one?
Your middle phoenix is under attack.
There's a message.
There's a message.
Let's take a look at her golden skin. There she is in her resplendent blues and golds.
The legendary looks great.
Let's take a look at her abilities as well. Let's see if we have any gold fog going around here. Hey, look, the minions are gold. Not sure if different than regular. Yeah, they are, actually. So gold minions is what you have to look forward to. Your shining metal is Reginald, and your ultimate is significantly different. No, it is of course.
One thing to mention as well, you've seen them go up into the ultimate a couple times here. The animation on the ultimate is actually not final. You'll see the tail wiggling around as you show up. That isn't going to change.
Yeah,
so
that big wiggle is.
I mean, her tail doesn't suddenly become 80 feet long. It will actually be adjusted in the final version of this. We're just showing you off so you can see what Nuwa is at right now and really what she can be in the future.
And let's take a look at her legendary as well. Legendary.
Oh, look at that. I like how they added the little effects on the actual cloth there. So you can see that the mystical lines, the Chinese goddess coming through on the actual cloth. Oh.
Wow, apparently I got a set Vine PC1 numpad 0 combat log toggle Jason hook me up. Thank you, Josh, for whatever button I just pressed here that did something. Apparently there's macros on this computer that I'm not aware of.
Does it show the stacks when they dash? Oh, they're not dashing.
Will you leave my Titan alone?
Trying to do something.
I'm gonna kick you. That's how I'm gonna win this game.
Just end the game.
Go away, Titan.
To battle, my children.
Does it stack up on your passive meter? Oh,
Yeah,
it does.
it does,
There
it
you
does.
go. So you know how many stacks are on you. Wait, was it hitting on basic attack?
No.
It looked like it was.
It was the Mim-Mims.
Or multiple, like here. Get out
No,
here.
leave me alone.
Yeah, you're fucked.
Leave me alone.
I can see you.
Leave me alone.
I see it.
I'm winning this game, driver. You can't stop me.
Dash, you little buddies.
Time to slip away.
No.
Fortune
No.
turned in our favor.
I will win.
There you go.
Can't stop me.
My minions.
Yes. Oh, wow. New victory screen.
That's it.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen.
That is it.
So, I'm going to go ahead and alt tab over here, take a look at our fun little
chatty
Twitch
chat.
chat. Do you guys have any questions for us before we pop off here? We are at the end of our leash in terms of this new reveal.
The new
What you got?
So hopefully you guys enjoyed. This is going to be the new coming out the next patch. It's going to be happening next week. We'll go over the patch notes tomorrow. There's tons more content to cover. So if you're missing your little fix for the week, that will be coming tomorrow at 4 p.m. EDT.
That I do not know the answer to. Can you dodge Nuwa's ultimate damage with, like, leaving the play space? Like if I get Freya banished or if I'm tweening through a Giannis portal when it's trying to hit me? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question.
The ones that you're actually tweeting, I think you do. But if you're just like a Freya ult, I think you'll definitely take it. I mean,
Yeah, but what about, like, leaping?
Leaping still, I believe.
Okay.
But a banish, no, because banish you're actually invulnerable.
You're right.
So you'd
Okay,
be
so
invulnerable up in the
Naja
air.
ultimate, though, you should still get hit if you're the recipient, right?
Yes. And also the armillary sash you won't because you're tweening during that.
a Naja is.
Yeah, Naja sash when she's in the flight of the sash, she'll actually avoid that because she's tweeting.
So it looks like there will be some ways to disjoint this ultimate. We'd be interested in seeing what you guys
if you want to join all 80 damage of it.
Can you dodge Nuwa ultimate with Chang'e's too? Yeah, you can.
Yep.
She is invulnerable during that.
Any immunity, I mean, it's not a projectile. So if you're just being sourced with the damage, if you're immune during the time that it collides with you, it's not a projectile, then you'll, of course, avoid that damage there.
Show the Zeus skins they spam. I'm pretty sure they're the same, guys. I'm pretty sure yeah,
they're all the same.
They didn't change.
Gold and
maybe the gold one they want to see?
Yeah.
Nah, wait for tomorrow.
That black one is just the best. Like,
yeah,
that is just
legendary's pretty
black
nice.
hair on frickin' Zeus. That's a great.
The Recolor. Yeah, the Recolor's
Recolor.
great. Young Zeus. Or old young Zeus.
Old young Zeus. Middle Zeus.
Young old Zeus.
Moderate Zeus.
Yeah, it's medium Zeus.
That's right.
He didn't go gray yet.
Medium-sized
black
Zeus.
hair. Medium Zeus.
That's right. Did they change her voice? Yes, her voice pack is different, as you heard earlier.
They want to see Stormbringer. It's the same. The young Zeus and the Stormbringer skin are the same, friends.
Right.
Unchanged.
So the old Zeus model will live on in the Stormbringer skin. It is the same model as it was prior.
Will people that Aegis during the Nuwa Ultimate show up on the... Oh, I see what you're asking. Not, well, does it show they should... Yes. It globally reveals the players on the minimap, regardless if they take the damage or not. Right. Just that it was targeted on them is when it shows, my friends. What happens if you have Classic Nuwa? You get new Nuwa.
That's right. Masteries will stay the same.
Is Nuwa mid or solo? Yes, is the answer to that question.
Yes. Pending testing.
Can she jungle? In earlier iterations, definitely. The original moving fog actually would stop at world collision, so you could like put it into a jungle camp and hold them in it, and it did a tremendous amount of damage. Currently, it'd be like kind of taking any other like fringe viable mage in the jungle. Yeah. Sure, around level 5 or 6 you'd be able to do it, but the first few levels are gonna be pretty tough.
Gank would be pretty fun though, coming out of the fog with 3 minions or 2 minions in this case.
Yes.
Certainly something to go on.
Will it reveal a stealth Loki, Circuit, or Nuwa? Her ultimate. It will deal damage to them. They will have their icon shown on the minimap as well.
Will she be locked out of ranked for a period of time? I would imagine so, yes.
Likely. I won't say yes. I will say it is likely.
Did you change her voice too? Yes. Different voice. Any skin, new skin? What? Think Nuwa is too strong. Remains to be seen.
Hey, we got a new subscriber, though.
Look at that.
What's up?
Where's that hammer?
Welcome, Daniel. Wrong computer, I think. Can the fog taunt towers? No.
Fogs.
No. I did it taunt towers before? It's kind of strange.
No.
I don't think so. But the minions do still count as minions, so you can remove backdoor protection.
That's right.
And they are still quite potent against towers. It is just not as good. It is still viable, though, I would say. I mean, Polynomicon attack speed build, if you added Demonic Grip and Polynomicon, you could probably backdoor pretty good.
So the biggest thing about them now is they're not scaling upward. That it's not a flat HP value. So at high levels, if you don't have enough HP, they'll be weaker than before. But if you buy HP, they'll be stronger. It actually does 200 base HP plus 20% of Nuwa's maximum HP. So there is going to be the option that people really wanted when Nuwa first came out, the ability to give HP to your minions to make them stronger. That still is going to be available, but now there's less minions. So the biggest thing is that you're using the minions to explode, interact with your 3, so you have that kind of like fleeting opportunity to use them as they disappear. They're also a little bit weaker while doing more damage and having more of a use. It's not just you're popping them to attack a tower, you're actually popping them for a purpose.
Popping for a purpose.
Popping for a purpose.
Sounds like a charity twerk stream.
A really great charity event. That should be it. It should be popping for a purpose. Should be the caption.
It'll be a
Scott's
twerk off.
Drawing down here.
It'll be a twerk off.
That's right.
And I will conveniently be out of town again.
It'll be for the kids.
It'll be for the kids.
For the kids.
And I will be in China.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure
they would love to pop for the.
No. You'll be here doing it, and I will just be conveniently out of town. Again.
Is that the strategy going forward?
That is the strategy going forward. To schedule all of my trips during charity
the
streams.
Dressless man.
Oh, very good, very good. So it looks like we are getting fairly out of questions here. Cooldown of the ultimate, I think it's 120, 110. I think something like that, about 2 minutes.
Balance changes will be coming in the next patch. All the updates come in. You'll get the patch notes tomorrow, guys. Whatever is going to happen in the next patch, you'll be finding out tomorrow. Tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern, right here on SMITE Game. Make sure you're tuning in to find out what's going on. But it seems like we're kind of all out of content.
Well, I got a question for
questions. What's that?
What's got 2 thumbs and to be doing patch outs tomorrow at 4 o'clock? This guy.
God, I couldn't figure that one out. Couldn't figure it out. It's too rough.
Oh, that's all. That's very good. That's all the time we have for today, folks. Thank you for tuning in to Dev Talk with no Dev, but a nice picture of Scott underneath nonetheless. And we will be back with you live. Actually, it'll be myself as well as Chris will be joining us to discuss some of the cool outside of the game features coming in the next patch as well. Some really neat stuff coming in, guys. So definitely tune in tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Drybear, that does it for me. Got any final words?
That's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in today and seeing the new WA for the content coming up in the next patch. Tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern is going to be the patch notes. We'll see you later.